What's going on, NYJ Talk? This is David, and that was disgusting. On offense, we did okay. 30 points, you know what is what it is. We had our third string quarterback in who's on the practice squad, Josh Johnson. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mike White had a touchdown. At some point, the offense isn't the problem. Honestly, even if Zach Wilson was in this game, hell, even if we had Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, I don't think we would have won this game. Defensively, you cannot give up 45 points, especially whenever you gave up 54 2 weeks ago. Robert Saleh is our head coach. He made his background on defense. Point blank, he did. And the effort that we provided was disgusting. I thought the officiating staff did an excellent job in the second half of the game. First half was a little BS, but you know what? Teams go into the halftime down 10-28 all the time. Hell, we had the ball with 12 seconds left, down 10-28, and we kneeled down, which sounds like you're kind of giving up right at that point. But Josh Johnson and this offense refused to give up. They kept scoring points. And 30-45 is respectable, but it's only respectable because the offense kept scoring. Not respectable because the defense did anything at all. Allowing the offense, as in the Colts, to score touchdowns on their first 3 drives, actually I think the first 4 drives, you're not going to win any games. Point blank, you're not going to win any games. If you're allowing the other team to score touchdowns every single time they get the ball, you're not. And I don't care if penalties don't go your way, and I don't really care what your excuse is. You're not going to stop the other team if you just keep letting them score touchdowns every single time they get the ball. Especially whenever we're having a struggling offense that's got our third string quarterback in that even put up 30 points on their own right and had the ball down there. So if it was 30-30, we could have kicked a field goal and won this game. It was the defense's fault that we did not win this game. Defense's fault that we did not win this game. Robert Saleh claimed to fame is defense. And that was a disgusting performance. I got to give credit to Mike LaFleur, to the Jets offense as a whole. As much as I've given crap to Greg Van Roten, to many of these offensive linemen who have not performed very well, and they haven't, this offense still performed. 30 points in a game isn't perfect by any means, but with your third string quarterback in, that's more than enough points, especially when you have the ball down there near the goal line at the end of the game, because you could have kicked a field goal, made it 33 points, and it sickens me the fact that this defense could not withstand their own ground at all, not even competently, and give up 45 points whenever we gave up 54 2 weeks ago, which I get that we did well against the Bengals, but that was also, once again, an offensive performance that we did well. It was 30 or 31-34. And so, yes, we won that game, but it was because the offense scored a lot of points, a lot more. I think the average in the league is 24 points per game, or maybe even 25 now, something in that area. So to put 30 points on the board is really, really good, especially with a backup or a backup's backup third-string QB. But to allow another team to score 45 on you is disgusting. To say the Colts' first punt, their first punt of the game, it was 42-10 in the third quarter. The Colts, the second half, just basically were running the ball. They didn't want to get Carson Wentz hurt. They didn't want to get anybody hurt as far as a whole, because they're still thinking maybe playoffs. The Jets, though, that was disgusting. I mean, point blank. For those of you that have to go in the office tomorrow on a Friday, and the people around you know that you're a Jets fan, and now you have to sit through that humiliation, that's embarrassing. And this doesn't really feel that different to me from what the Jets did back in 2016 when we had Ryan Fitzpatrick at QB. And lo and behold, we had a different general manager. We had a different head coach. We had a different team as a whole. We had a different mindset and a different culture, yet we're still getting the same results as Jets fans. Now, you can say, yeah, the Jets pushed the ball more, so to speak, in this game. But at the end of the day, disgusting effort. Just straight up disgusting. I mean, When your backup can put up 30 points and you guys still lose by 15, what are you doing? What are you doing as a defense? I get that we had some injuries. I get that we had some troubles, but we could not stop the run game. I watched this game from first play to last play, and there was no stopping the run. It didn't matter what the Colts did, and it didn't matter what formation they were in. It didn't matter what the Jets did. If the Colts ran the ball, they were getting large chunks of yards, if not the first down every time they ran it. And you're not going to stop anyone in 2021 if you can't even stop the run. When everything is set up for the pass, in this league today, everybody loves to see the passes, the deep completions, the touchdown passes. It's beautiful to see a deep completion. The NFL is set up for that. But yet the Colts, on the other hand, beat us by 45-30, and they did it by running the ball right down our throat, right down the middle. It wasn't even like they were trying to confuse us. They told us what they were doing. They were going to run the ball down the middle, and we couldn't stop it. Point blank, we could not stop it. It didn't matter who we put on defense. It didn't matter who our linebackers, who our defensive linemen were, and it doesn't matter how much we're paying these guys. And I'm sure the lowest paid starter's making over $500,000 a year, which is more than the doctors they're talking to. Yet they cannot stop the run. And it sickens me. It sickens me that there's people on that defense that are okay with this. It almost looked like they melded in. I don't know. You could say Marcus May. You could say that it was C.J. Mosley. You could say that it was our defensive line that wasn't getting the stop. I don't care who you say it was. Point blank, they scored 45 points on this defense. The same defense that got 54 scored on them. And Robert Saleh, as our head coach, made his money by being a defensive coach. And to allow that kind of piss-poor effort where even if the quote-unquote flags are not going our way, we still have got to try. The offense did not stop in this game. The offense, you could say they scored garbage touchdowns. To me, it felt like they were trying. At the end of the game, whenever there was only about a minute or so left, they were still driving the ball and got it down within the 30. And to me, that feels like the offense is trying, especially when you have a third-string quarterback leading this offense. And to say that we scored 30 points, but we still lost by 15, that bothers me a lot, especially in primetime. That's why the Jets don't get primetime games. I know I'm ranting here, but that's why the Jets don't get primetime games. Point blank, it's like if we start to lose, we give up. And that's disgusting to me. I feel like maybe we need to start a GoFundMe. Maybe we need to push Woody Johnson out because that's the only consistency I've seen in this team in the last 10 years is the ownership. But point blank, I just feel like it's the name and the brand. It's like we're okay with being the Browns of 2021. We're okay with losing is what it feels like. We're okay with being a dog crap team that just gets beat game in and game out. And I don't care if we go 6-11 or 5-12 or 7-10. It doesn't really make a difference to me as long as we're showing effort, as long as we're trying, as long as it's a competitive game week in and week out. And this isn't even close to competitive. We scored a couple of garbage touchdowns at the end of the game to make it close. Yes, because the offense did not stop trying. Hearts out to Josh Johnson for freaking coming off the bench and scoring 3 touchdowns, passing to 1 interception. Hell of a game for him. But as a team as a whole, it's like we're okay with losing, and that disgusts me. I don't know. I don't even know where to go from here as a Jets fan, and I don't know where you guys go from here. That's disgusting to me. And I think a 15-point loss on a primetime game is the exact reason why the Jets never get Monday night football games and never get Sunday night football games, is because every time we get an opportunity, we lay an egg. Point blank. I mean, a 15-point loss is not competitive. If you don't lose by at least within a touchdown, 7 points or so, it wasn't probably really all that close. And especially when you're down 42-10 in the third quarter and you're doing all you can to crawl back and all the Colts really give a shit about it is just running the clock out. Not a good performance. Embarrassing. And for all the Jets fans that have to go into work tomorrow and hear all that ridicule, it's not fair for you guys. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for any of us, because Point blank, it looked like the Jets didn't try at points on defense. I felt like the offense really pushed the ball. They really pushed the narrative. But at the end of the day, I think this team still can build something special. We just have to be patient. Very, very patient, which is going to be hard. New Yorkers, we want results now, right now. And when you don't show results now, we want to move on from you. In this case, the Jets are who they are, and we're stuck with them. But we as fans need to demand better, and we don't need to put that pressure necessarily on our rookie QB who's 22. We don't need to put that pressure on our receiving core or our linebackers or our safeties. To me, it comes down to an organization. It comes down to a brand. And to me, I feel like the Jets need to rebuild their own brand. We need to become a team similar to the Broncos. To what the Tom Brady teams do. To what a lot of these really solid teams in the last 10 years have done. The Patriots aren't even all that bad. I mean, 4-4 are pretty rough, but at the same time, it's a lot better than 2-6, and still in the race for the playoffs. And that's what we should demand as New York fans, is that we're in the playoff race every single year, regardless of the situation. I mean, we had our third-string QB come in, and we scored 30 points. It doesn't matter who's playing the positions. We cannot have this kind of stupid calamities happen to us. And I know Vegas wanted the 10-point-plus win for the Colts, and I figured it'd probably be 31-20, but I did not foresee this kind of disgusting effort from our defense. 45 points after letting up 54 2 weeks ago. Disgusting. I mean, disgusting. I understand offense is how you win games, but your defense can't kill you. I mean, there's just no way you're going to win a game whenever you give up 45-plus points. You're not going to, you're not. Especially with the third-string QB. You're not going to do it. Now, if they held them to 30, they held them to 25, maybe that's something. 45, no. I don't care if you've got tiny little college students on the team. You guys need to be playing your hearts out. You cannot be giving up these giant chunk runs down the middle of the field when you know they're going to run the ball just to run the clock out to end the game. And it was disgusting. Overall, just a disgusting effort. Well, we'll try to recollect ourselves. Definitely more videos to go, because at this point we don't know who our QB is going to even be for next week versus Buffalo. We got Zach Wilson, who's questionable and with a knee injury. We've now got Mike White, who's apparently injured somehow with his hand or forearm. After that throw, we've got Joe Flacco, who was wearing a hoodie on the sidelines if you watched the game. So maybe he'll be ready. And we've got Josh Johnson, who honestly played pretty well to come off the practice squad and be our backup QB for tonight. But honestly, I don't even really care who our QB is. I mean, all of these guys have performed pretty well, aside from Joe Flacco this year because we just acquired him. But the other three that have gone in the games have performed pretty well, especially Mike White and Josh Johnson here tonight. But our defense has got to get their head out of their ass, point blank.